All right, I'm Thomas LeRoy, and I am sitting here with the
Dark Fool.
And Dark Fool, does not know the topic.
Yeah, this is going to be somewhat of a reaction video.
So I'm going
or audio, whatever you call that.
Yeah,
so
a video.
What is this?
So I want you to read this comment that was sent to me yesterday.
All right.
All right.
What do we got here?
Here it comes.
Great video, Thomas. Lately I've been thinking about Trickster, Dark Fool archetype energy. Mind doing a video on that in near future and how it applies to the psyche and the collective unconscious. Thanks in advance. By Jonathan Hernandez. Okay. Now I see why you wanted me along for the ride.
Yes.
Okay. So,
first off,
okay,
what is the difference between the Trickster archetype and the Fool archetype?
Okay. Now, the Fool archetype is it's generally, like, I'm talking about the regular Fool archetype. It's a light-hearted, kind of like a blank slate, almost like the reluctant hero in some cases. Like you see Luke Skywalker, he's like always wearing white and that sort of thing. He's like, just before they go embark on an adventure. It's like that blank slate right before. So that's like a general Fool kind of thing. The Dark Fool is a bit different. It's kind of there's a misstep. And I'm going to get back to your question, the Trickster, in just a minute. So the Fool is one that takes a misstep, and sometimes the Dark Fool is tricked into taking that misstep. And the Trickster tends to be that, like we see in the famous film Star Wars, we see the Emperor as the Trickster. Somebody who's manipulating that person to take that journey. That dark, cathartic, that dark journey.
So the Fool is basically going with the current, if you will.
Yes. Whereas
but is filled with mishaps and so on and so forth.
The Dark Fool,
the Fool.
Both the Fool and the Dark Fool, but the Dark Fool tends to go down a darker path, and there comes a point where they can either choose light or dark, choose to redeem themselves or to keep going, stay in that cycle.
While the Trickster knows exactly what they're doing.
Right.
It's all intentional.
Another example. In that video that I did, the Dark Fool archetype would be Smeagol and Gollum. Sometimes there's a split in their personality. In fact, oftentimes Al Simmons in Spawn is another example. Malboja in Spawn, and in Lord of the Rings it would be Sauron who would be the Trickster because he's the spirit in the ring that's corrupting. So let's see the question here. Mind doing a video on how it applies to the psyche and the collective unconscious. Okay. Well, I think a majority of us on the left-hand path would understand
both archetypes.
Both archetypes,
both the Dark Fool and the Trickster.
Yeah, because there comes a point where you're lost. To quote Joseph Campbell, you're lost and you don't know where you're going. It's
part of the hero's journey.
Right. You may get on. You may be filled with excitement and danger and worry. There's definitely a liminal stage on the path where spiritually, where you're on dangerous ground. You don't know which way you're going, but then you find yourself in that path.
Right.
And that definitely has to do with the psyche.
And then you have the death, in a sense.
Yeah. Oh, the death of the old self, for sure, as you're going along.
Let's say the death of the Fool could give birth to the Trickster?
Yes, as a matter of fact. The Trickster could be, and this is not solidified, but the Trickster could very well be, in fact, it most likely is a Fool that has been on that path so long that the Fool then becomes the master.
Now, Tricksters within mythology.
Okay.
Of course, we're familiar with Loki.
Yes.
He always comes to mind as like the greatest.
And Coyote
and Yahweh, for that matter.
Yeah, okay.
And Odin.
Yeah,
Odin's
been known as a trickster. Yeah,
very much a trickster god. What other tricksters, or can you come up with an archetype or a god? Let's say who you can kind of see went through the Fool phase, had a rebirth, and came out as the Trickster.
Oh, well, okay. Are you talking within mythology, or are you talking within like literature?
Or, yeah, either or.
Okay, well, I already quoted Lord of the Rings and Spawn and Star Wars. Let's see. Offhand, I mean, again, this is unprepared video, so offhand, I mean, those are the ones I've cited the most as being examples of this archetype. But yeah, I mean, you can come up with any type of character that's just goes down a gradual path, and you can see their character development into this darker aspects of life. None pop off at the moment, but I'm sure there are more. There's also the Cenobites. They're the perfect example, like taking somebody and then Frank would be the fool.
All right,
or the priest.
Or let's say in the second, the Hell Priest himself, Pinhead. Elliot Spencer, as he was named, was the fool.
Yeah,
and then
he was searching for an experience. A lot of them search for this experience and this thing, not knowing. See, that's the trickster.
as a fool, and then
that trickster aspect brought them down a darker path, which would be, that dimension, that limit experience dimension.
Perfect. By the way, thank you, Jonathan, for your question.
Yes, thank you.
And also, how about you out there, our friends? Can you give us an example of the fool becoming the trickster? Leave your comments down below, and please like this video. It helps with the algorithms, and it helps us to spread a little more evil.
That's right. And before we go, I just want to say there will be more videos soon. Thomas was, through the Sect of the Horn God and my correspondence and my work with them, I was able to learn about more about Patai and Ossiphel, and that was a piece of the Dionysian puzzle I did not know existed. So my forthcoming book, Way of the Dionysian, will finally be out. Just gotta finish it up.
And please subscribe to the Dark Fools YouTube channel. I'll leave a link down below. Until next time.